So this guy once asked a woman out for a date, and she blatantly refused. She just said that he tells her on the phone what he had wanted. And he was wondering, why are you being so hostile? Like, what's going on? She's just like, no, just tell me what you want. What are you looking at? Are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for somebody to date or somebody to take out of town often? What's your deal? What's the story? And later on, this woman was confiding to a different friend and saying she just had enough. She'd had a belly full of coffee dates. She'd had like 12,000 liters of coffee, and she didn't have the want to go for dates. Because sometimes people just don't say what they want. So before you know it, you've gone for coffee and lunch and tea and another coffee and another naivasha, and your head is in a kabati, and sometimes your head is under the bed. And it's just like, okay, I want something more serious now. Oh my goodness me. Are you new here? My name is Eric. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me. This is Eric's Stories, where you and I, two adults, try and make sense of difficult conversations, even taboo subjects around issues of everyday adult life. And let's talk about how to get to be exclusive and how to stay exclusive. You know? And this is from somebody who was horrid. Oh my goodness. When I was dating, I keep saying if one of my exes did what is it called? Like a series about our relationship, you would just be like, Jesus. Yeah, so I own up to my numerous malevolence. But I'm learning so that I'm better next time. I used to be accused, at least in 2 relationships, of being very unpredictable about whence we'd meet again. Like, these women would see me on a Friday, we'd hang out, Saturday we are done hanging out, and then she would never know when she's going to see me again. All right? So it's so unpredictable like that. And she'd be like, so, am I seeing you? We'll look for something next week. We'll look for something the other week. And then before we would meet again, sometimes it would go up to a month. And it really used to hurt her. And now I know why it would hurt her, all right? So how do you get to stay exclusive? Apparently, there's a whole wonderful science behind getting to be exclusive and staying exclusive. I want to share those with you. It's Friday. I'll keep it short because I know you have to go hang out with Andrew, right? Or Andrew is coming over. What's happening? So constant contact counts for so much, all right? From a lot of my reading, if you see somebody you like and you communicate with the frequency of often, all right, your chances of becoming exclusive go higher, a notch higher. So connect faster, or rather connecting faster and more frequently with people require that you consistently and constantly speak and meet, physically or even through the email or through the phone. I read a very interesting study. A dating survey found that 78% of singles expected to be communicated with in some way within 24 hours of a really good date. So, you know, the way most of us are not privy to this information, to be honest. I wasn't. So in my mind when I was dating, I was just like, you know what? We are kicking it. We are cool. She's happy. I'm happy. We had a good time. Drop her off. Cheers. Bye. And then I'll do my many things. And then one at a time, I'll be like, oh, you know, I've missed the way we used to kick it. So what are we doing this time? And that would be 21 days later. All right? So depending on how constant you communicate, according to my research, or rather that research I read, you can well advance from dates to dating much faster than any other set of other couples who don't communicate often. So constant contact makes a world of difference. A world of difference. So if you're vibing nicely with somebody and you want to take it a notch higher so they don't get tired of 12,000 liters of coffee, constant is the name of the game. Whether physical, over the phone, texts, keep it moving, man. Don't be like Eric. The actual number of dates you go on, this is the second one, is perhaps less relevant than the total amount of time you have spent together. Now, this is the thing. For instance, a whole Saturday in the park, followed by lunch, an afternoon tea, and then dinner, all right, and drinks, is a bit different, actually worlds of apart different, from grabbing a drink for 2 hours in the local bar on a Saturday. The sheer amount of conversation you get through in an entire day together can help build strong bonds and quicker than if it was spread out in multiple dates. Think about it. So when you spread it out, it causes weaker links. When it's a big chunk of time, it helps. It helps quite a bit. I think in one of my past relationships, this woman just used to say, I wish we just spent 3 days together. Eric, 3 days. And Eric was just like, why would you want 3 days for? I never would tell her, but I was just like, 3 days? Like, see, we just hanging out just yesterday. But I think she was light years ahead of me in this stuff, as most women are. And she's just trying to say that, look, if we hang out longer, we'll build stronger bonds, and then the relationship is going to get better. And she was right, as most women are. Cindy. So yes, so you want to check about the amount of dates. In the state of regular multiple dates for an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I used to love those, by the way. Oh, I'm in town, would you be happening to be here? So we have coffee. So I'm like, all right, so we have coffee. And then another time we'd meet again, which would be never ever discussed. We do something again small. So your bond is not so strong. Third and final thing, it's Friday. Let's keep it quick. That you want to do so that you become exclusive and you stay exclusive. Check for the time between the dates. Now, if the gaps between the dates are way too long, then the bond you've built can be hampered. Again, for the same reason, out of sight, out of mind, right? So maybe you squeeze the time frame. So if you have a long Saturday of breakfast and walking and lunch and dinner, and maybe she went a separate way and you've been away for work, maybe you want to meet up on Wednesday and do a movie and a thing. I don't know what people do who are dating. All right? And then you meet again on Friday or Saturday. So you have to meet. If you're planning especially and you're in a serious relationship. If I'm being honest, in my Noah, deep in my Noah, then I was perfunctory because I felt like I either didn't know what I was doing or didn't quite want to really do that thing I was doing. Yeah, it's not an excuse. It's not at all. I just feel like I didn't know enough, one, and then two, I was not like serious like that, like people ought to be. But now that we are adults and if you're dating somebody seriously, you're not fooling around. If you're dating them seriously, then you really want to adorn constant contact, watch for time in between dates, and, bigger chunks of amount of time together. Hence the reason and the importance of going on things like a vacation together. They call it vacation. Yeah, going for vacation and then lie on the sand somewhere and talk and giggle. That can make your strength and your bond more firm. Okay? Including when you're married. Remember you're saying becoming exclusive and staying exclusive. It's not just for the dating couples. It's for even the married couples, even spouses. I think these can help you stay together, can't it? And of course, as always, I value your mind, so shoot me another thought I may have forgotten. There's, however, a caveat, though, and I came up with this caveat from my I was inconsistently consistent then. And you want to check for the caveats, right? Check for compatibility. If you don't vibe nicely together, you can feel it. These guys are a weirdo. This woman is a weirdo. You can feel it. If you don't vibe together nicely from the get-go, and you're bickering earlier on, and you clearly are incompatible, do not invest in that situation. And you're afraid of telling him off or telling her off. The more you spend together, the harder it's going to be for you to tell them off. So tell them off now. Second caveat, don't put your thoughts, your efforts, your heart, your emotions, your feelings into something you know ultimately won't work out, especially when you see without a shadow of doubt that everything feels like a struggle. The way you talk, she's rude. She's rude. She insults you. He's abusive. He lies. What are you doing? You're dragging your pain. No use doing that. Final caveat, it shouldn't feel like you're pulling teeth in an effort to be compatible. You either have got it or you don't have it. Iko ama haiko. Especially if you're beginning to know each other and there's no that feeling for honeymoon dates, what is that thing? Honeymoon phase. It's just like, I'm not saying all relationships ought to start like that, but I'm just like, if you're not excited and you're just beginning and you're struggling, like they call you and they're like, hello, Or you call them. You know that thing people do? So you call somebody, you're like, if it rings the fourth time, I'm hanging up and switching off my phone. So, 2, 3, 2, 4, then you switch off your phone. Then the following day, he calls and they're like, yeah, there was no, like, yeah, you know the way power companies are. Otherwise, you're good though. All the while you're praying he doesn't get hold of you. Because it is like, I don't like him like that. Just tell him. Or tell her, so you don't invest your time and emotions in a situation, oh my goodness, if I knew a half of the things I know now, I probably would have been much happier earlier on than I waited to start being happy later on because of situations I put myself through. Folly is a terrible thing. So I love to share with you so that you save yourself from some of these things that can cause a quagmire. If you don't like people, don't waste their time. Let them free. Sometimes you're not who the other person needs. That's okay. Move on, live your life, enjoy. My name is Eric. I wish you a happy Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday. In all ways, and as always, God bless you. Speak soon. Bye.